Welcome to the Blace Podcast, the official podcast of the Blace Candles company, hosted by me, Caleb Sapp. We talk about a lot of stuff here, from different topics including current events, commentary, tutorials, and the behind-the-scenes actions of the Blace Candles company. Produced by Blace Plus, our new subsidiary that hosts everything beyond the candles. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful podcast, and we hope you enjoy the show. Right here on the Blace Podcast YouTube channel, or if you're streaming on the Blace Podcast page on the Blace Candles website. Thank you so much for joining us, and enjoy the episode. Blace Podcast. The Blace Podcast. The Blace Podcast. The Blace Podcast. The Blace Podcast. Hello everyone, it's Caleb Sapp, CEO and founder of Blace Candles, host of the Blace Podcast, and welcome to the Season 3 premiere of the Blace Podcast. Yes, we are back for another season and another episode, right after our amazing special episode on the Sense of America collection, which we're going to get into even more in this episode. So without further ado, let's get into what is going on. So there's actually a lot going on, whether it's in America or Blace Candles, but for the sake of getting into it, let's talk about America. On Friday, June 30th, Blace Candles had to put out a statement addressing the ongoing attacks against the LGBT community through the Supreme Court. So, on the morning of Friday, June 30th, the Supreme Court issued a decision in 303 Creative LLC versus Alenis, which challenged Colorado's law that prohibits a business from discriminating against communities, I think, in general. And this law was challenged through the Supreme Court on faulty basis. I'll link an article in the description below of what it was based on. But the Supreme Court ruled that the First Amendment prohibits Colorado from forcing a website designer to create expressive design speaking messages which the designer disagrees with, which unfortunately sets the LGBT rights movement back very much, because this allows a business to refuse to print pride flags, do wedding cakes, and anything that has conflict with their religion or personal beliefs. And it really is a setback for gay rights, because groups including the Human Rights Campaign and the ACLU took up one of the justices' dissent in arguing that the decision would give these businesses the right to discriminate. And even the president expressed concern that there's going to be an increase in discrimination against the LGBT, and I fully agree with him. I think this really puts the marginalized community in even a tighter box, and it's really sad that in America that people are facing discrimination because of who they love and what they want to express with themselves. And it's really sad that it happens on the last day of Pride Month by the government, which is the Supreme Court. And it's really sad that there's people that agree with that. There's people that are actively going to discriminate against the LGBT community after and throughout this year. I think it was more than acceptable for Blace Candles to issue the statement, because we are an LGBT-owned company that prides itself on being open to any and all customers. And that's really been our commitment since day one, to really elevate the messages that we agree with in today's society, whether it's advocating for marginalized groups, supporting the environment, and anything else that we really agree with. And that, I think, is the proper expression for a business to have that reinforces positive messaging through a business. I feel like that's better than negativity and discrimination. And that's why Blace Candles really stepped up by making the Pride sale. Use code PRIDE for 20% off. That is now going to be fully permanent. It's staying past June, into July, into August, the rest of the year, past this year, because it is really important that Blace Candles expresses pride with its customers, and y'all get to as well. And with using code PRIDE, portion of your order total is being donated to the Human Rights Campaign. The HRC really stands up for the LGBT rights movement and stands against these type of discrimination that has recently been enforced by the Supreme Court. And it's really sad that we have to do that hard work as a company and as the HRC is a foundation, because this is real. This is a real issue that impacts millions of people. And the fact that the Supreme Court turned its back on that community is really unfortunate. But Blace Candles is staying put where we are. We are donating to the HRC with every order placed with code PRIDE, and every order gets the confirmation slip of the donation by Blace Candles to the HRC, and it gives even more proof to what we're doing. It gives validity to what we're doing, and you as a potential customer, are part of that, because with your order, we are donating to the Human Rights Campaign to fight on behalf of the LGBT rights movement. So I think that's very important to highlight, and that's what's really going on at Blace Candles, besides the Sense of America, of course. But Blace Candles is and will forever stand for the LGBT community and anybody else that's allied with them. So, what else is going on at Blace Candles is the Sense of America collection. The Northeast candle is now on sale on blacecandles.us. It's gardenia and mint. It really represents the Northeast very well because it highlights the flowery goodness of a garden that you find very much around here, the vineyards, the plantations, everything. And the mint really adds that elegance-ness to the candle, I feel like, and that really makes the candle a star of its own collection. And what a better way to start the Sense of America collection than with a product that represents where the nation really began. In the Northeast, you guys all know the story of the Pilgrims. Shout out to the Pilgrims. Maybe not shout out to the Pilgrims because they got a lot started. But the gardenia and mint, the Northeast candle, is now available as of the release of this episode on July 4th. Happy 4th of July. It's very exciting here at Blace Candles. We're going into the second candle collection of this year, and it's really with a captivating floral fragrance that has an invigorating twist with the mint. It's really exciting, and we gotta look forward. I mean, this is not where we're stopping. We have 3 more candles. We have new podcast episodes releasing every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's really carrying this patriotic celebration with the company throughout this entire month of July. So we can't wait to bring all of you guys with us on the Blace Podcast, on the Blace Candles website, and especially with the Sense of America collection. So with that, I think it is a perfect opportunity to get into our first Blace spot of today, where we really get into the Sense of America collection. So without further ado, I turn it over to myself in today's Blace spot. In this patriotic month of July, Blace Candles is putting the spotlight on the United States of America with the Sense of America collection. This is the second candle collection in 2023, and each fragrance is based off of the 4 corners of the United States of America. Each scent has been carefully researched based on the region's specific scents, all encapsulated into our iconic candles. Stay tuned right here on the Blace Podcast to stay up to date with the Sense of America collection. Also, sign up to our newsletter, The Blace Mail, for free only on blacecandles.us. So let's get into what I want to talk about today. What I want to talk about today is the Sense of America collection, head to toe. Let's get into it, because every week in July, we are dropping a new candle fragrance that represents each of the 4 corners of the United States of America, starting with today, the Northeast candle, gardenia and mint. But let's look even more forward to what we have in store. The next candle to drop on July 11th is going to be the Northwest candle. It's very exciting because this is our first really earthy scent that we've released as a candle fragrance or from wax melt fragrance. The Northwest is going to have the cedarwood lemongrass mix, which I've been dying to experiment with in the Blace catalog, and it's really one of the heavy hitters of the collection. If not all of them are heavy hitters, but this is a really researched This is a really researched pairing for a candle fragrance because the cedar wood just adds this nice, rich, earthy smell. And it's really, as the description says on the website, captivating because it offers a warm and woody scent, while the lemongrass adds a citrusy and refreshing note. It's really capturing the essence of the Northwest, with its earthy and uplifting qualities, reminiscent of the majestic forests and crisp mountain air. So you really get all of this bottled up into the Northwest candle, releasing on July 11th, and it's really one of the stars of the collection. It really is. It's up there with Out Now, the Gardenia and Mint of the Northeast. And with the following candles, the Southeast and Southwest candles, they're really going to have their own spotlight in the 3rd and 4th episodes of the season because they really each represent an entire region of this country with their fragrances, their pairings, and of course they were very heavily researched from their regions, really what captures the essence of each corner of America. And that's really what went into the planning and the mixing of these fragrances for the Scents of America collection. So trust that if you open up one of these candles, it's really going to take you to one of those regions in your comfort space. That's the power of these candles, and that's what I went into this collection with, and that's what every customer is going to get with this collection. It's really exciting. And what else is exciting is our new segment I like to call the Blace Talk. So, in today's Blace Talk, I usually build on the newest product of the Blace catalog, and the Northeast Candle is really the star of today's episode. So, I want to share the spotlight with another product in the Blace catalog with our featured product of the week, and it really is another fragrance of the Blace Scents Incense collection. It's the White Sage Incense Cone. So, it's really a fresh and earthy scent with the White Sage incense cones, because with these 15-minute incense cones, they really do the job that you want them to do. You light them and it fills your comfort space with a nice unwinding scent. It really helps you after those long days. You just breathe in that fragrance and it really gets the job done. And another reason why I want to keep highlighting the incense collection is that they are going to start being included in the Blace Bargains collection, our low-cost collection of Blace Candles, Blace Melts, and now the Blace Scents, because they are such a bargain. Each bag of the Blace Scents costs $7, and it comes with 5 incense cones that last up to a cumulative 2.5 hours of burning of incense cones. Not recommending that you burn them back to back, but they will last you a while in terms of incense burning, in terms of unwinding after those busy days. They really get the job done, and they last a long while too. And what better than to have them priced at such a low price? And I feel like that's more than acceptable to include them into the Blace Bargains low cost collection, because it really is low cost. It's really a bang for your buck, as most would say. The White Sage incense cones are this week's featured product of the week. It's really exciting to have this spotlight shared with the incense collection, now part of the Blace Bargains. So on the topic of the Blace Bargains and the Blace Melts, which are a part of the Blace Bargains, let's get into our second Blace spot of today, where I talk about the Blace Melts by Blace Candles. So without further ado, let's get into our second Blace spot of today. The Blace Melts are the Wax Melts by Blace Candles. Enjoy over 8 different fragrances now available on the Blace Candles website across 2 different collections we call batches. Save now with the first batch of Blace Melts now included in the Blace Bargains, the official low-cost collection of Blace Melts and Blace Candles. Thank you so much for the support on the highly successful component of our company, the Blace Melts, now available on blacecandles.us. That's blacecandles.us. Let's do a look ahead. So what to look forward to at Blace Candles? Oh, it's the second drop of the Scents of America collection, the ongoing Pride sale with using code PRIDE, PRIDE, at checkout for 20% off and a donation of part of your order's total to the Human Rights Campaign to fight on behalf of the LGBT rights movement. Really, the donations are very welcome. We're gonna put a custom donation link into the checkout box where customers can customize their donation really to the HRC, and really every proceed that customers want to donate to the HRC, it is sent to the HRC. You get the donation confirmation in your order, and it's really exciting that we're doing that because in light of all of these recent developments and attacks, Blace Candles is really putting our best step forward in terms of donating to these important organizations. That's really what is ahead on Blace Candles, because we are continuing these donations with every order that uses code PRIDE. Yes, that's PRIDE at checkout for 20% off, and part of your order goes to the Human Rights Campaign. And with that, I think that is a perfect way to end today's episode. We got into the new candle out now, the Northeast Gardenia and Mint. We got into this week's featured product of the week, which is the White Sage Incense Cones. And we got into the current events, which includes Blace Candles honoring our commitment to supporting the LGBT community as an LGBT-owned company by donating a portion of every order that uses code PRIDE for 20% off to the Human Rights Campaign organization. And every order package has the confirmation slip of the donation, which adds the validity to our cause. So with that, I think that is a perfect way to end today's episode. Make sure to follow Blace Candles on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat at BLACECANDLES, and watch more episodes of the Blace Podcast on our YouTube channel or on the Blace Podcast homepage on the Blace Candles website. So with that, I leave you all to your barbecues. Have an amazing 4th of July, and God bless the United States of America.